Beautiful soul family, thank you for being part of this channel. If you would like deeper support for your spiritual journey, I invite you to check out our retreats and the Creation Temple. You can join as a Master Creator, Royal Creator, Divine Creator, or free member. We would also appreciate your sponsorships and any donations you would like to send our way to keep these videos coming to you. Much love. So I'm just going to get into the space, and the question we're asking is, what happened with the March 18th energies, the equinox energies, and the waves that have been coming in since then? Because I have sure been feeling a lot of waves of energy, more than just March 18th and March 20th. Yes, dear ones, several things have occurred with these waves of energies that have been coming to your planet Earth. Thousands more portals have been opened, which gives the opportunity for the love and light energies to penetrate onto your planet. Understanding, dear ones, that you as human beings are portals. You as human beings are channels for these love and light energies. And so when I say thousands more portals have been opened, some of these portals are human beings. Some of these portals are energetic, allowing the energies to ground into Gaia, to flow through you. With these waves, there has been an organization of sorts as your light grids are strengthened and more networks and connections are made. When it comes to the unfolding of public events, such as new things happening in your government systems and old things falling away, there is a stronger energetic organization that is occurring. Part of this organization brings more ease into the process of unfolding. Part of it makes the unfolding stronger, meaning there is greater support. There is a somewhat greater perceived urgency within these systems for the new to unfold, for the old to fall away. The alignments for the new coming in are stronger. Much of this is still very imperceptible to most beings. I am sharing with you what is going on behind the scenes, so to speak, the energetics of what is unfolding. Even though, yes, you will see things changing and shifting within your public systems, such as government, banking, etc. Many of these changes are still in the energetic stage. They are moving forward, they are in motion, but you may not see the physical results of these energetic shifts at this time, dear ones. The waves you have recently experienced associated with your equinox have been cleansing and activating in nature, meaning many of you have experienced and will continue to experience a simultaneous cleansing and activation. For some of you, this means you may feel more fatigue than normal. For some of you, you may feel more energized than normal. Depending upon your wiring and sensitivity levels, you may feel status quo. The best way to work with these energies of cleansing and activation is to support the physical body, support the emotional body. As we have spoken of before, in previous conversations, to stay hydrated, to not force the energies, but to set the intention to integrate them with as much efficiency as possible, to eat pure food, to eat less if your body is asking for less food, to give your body what it is asking for. For some of you may need more grounding type foods. Some of you may need lighter foods. Again, depending upon your wiring, depending upon the day, the hour, the moment, your body may require something different than what you are used to. Be willing to be adaptable and flexible, dear ones, because as the physical body is cleansing, it will require certain nutrients to keep you strong throughout the cleanse. As your physical body is activated, it will require certain nutrients to deal with the new frequencies, to integrate the activations. Particularly relevant for many of you are the nutrients and minerals of silicon, magnesium, boron, vitamin C, vitamin D. This is not a complete list, dear ones, but to think, to ask your body to consider, do I need more minerals and nutrients as my body goes through these upgrades and increases its frequency very quickly? You are entering times of very vast and rapid changes, dear ones. If what you have experienced so far feels overwhelming to you, it would be wise to elicit greater support around you, to be vulnerable, to reach out for help, to understand that you are not alone in this process or journey, to even start your own communities so that you have support around you to go through this journey. For the changes you are experiencing so far are just the beginning. The frequencies coming to this planet that you have experienced so far, it is just the beginning, dear ones. I do not say this to frighten or to bring fear in any way. It is simply to offer you a perspective so that you can prepare. There is much talk about being in the moment. And yes, while this is a great mastery for those of you who practice this, as human beings, a little preparedness can go a long way at the same time. And so continue to practice being in the moment with these changes in frequencies. And understand that this is what you would call a marathon and not a sprint. That these changes will continue to unfold over the next years to come. It is not something that is going to be done a month from now. And so to place yourself with the proper mindset, gathering the tools that you need to equip yourself for this journey. For those of you listening to me now are the way showers, the pioneers. the leaders in this unfolding. You are the ones who can share with others, who can show and demonstrate what is occurring. And so, the greater mastery you can achieve in maintaining your balance, the greater you can assist those around you who may not understand what is occurring. And I will also share, if those around you have no interest in what you have to say, to share with those that do, to not force your wisdom, your knowledge on another. In the case where those around you have no interest in what you have to say, simply be in your light. Stay centered in who you are, in the knowing of your light. Allow the light to pour through you and emanate from you. But do not force the words or the information onto another. Simply be the knowing, be the information, be the light.
Could you go into more detail about what you mean by preparedness?
Yes, dear one, I am mostly speaking of mindset. To set up your understanding that you are on a journey, that the waves will continue to come to planet Earth. Your frequencies will continue to shift and change. Your bodies will continue to shift and change. It is not a once and done event, as many wish for, as many are saying, but that this journey of what you would call ascension is an intellectual understanding that there is always more. There are always higher frequencies. There are always greater changes you can make. There is always more inner work. There is always more shadow work. And so to prepare yourself to continue to be on the journey. Now, as I have recently shared, yes, there is a possibility of the event that many wish for. But the mindset anticipating something like this is very different than the mindset of someone on the journey willing to continue step by step. There is a groundedness in your willingness to participate in the journey day after day, regardless of what happens outside of you, to participate in the journey of what you are creating, to participate in the ascension journey, doing your inner work, sharing what you know with others.
Are these energies that are coming in March and April opening the veil, and are people going to see, not only in lucid dreams, but in 3D reality, their dead relatives in ascended form and their guides?
Yes, dear one, these energies that have been coming in March and that will continue to come in April and beyond are continuing to open the veil, because what is happening is your nervous systems are receiving more light codes. Your DNA is unwinding so that you are able to receive more and more information, more subtle information. You are able to see deeper and with more clarity into certain situations for yourself and for those around you. Yes, it can translate to dream time as well, where you experience more, where you retain more, of the memory of the dream or simply the light code information that comes through the dream to you. For some of you, it does mean that you will have more experiences with relatives who have passed into another dimension. Not for all of you, but yes, for some. And so, yes, the veils are thinning because your receptors are opening up. Your DNA is unwinding. Your sense of sight and perception is becoming more finely honed. For those not consciously working with the energies in this way, it can translate to illness and disease, headaches, discomfort in the body, because they are not flowing the energy in the same way that those consciously working with the energies are. This is not a hard and fast rule, dear ones. There are those not consciously working with the energies that are on their ascension path, but not in a conscious way at this time. And they are flowing the energies, although it is not conscious in the same way that you are. Again, keeping in mind the bigger perspective of the soul journey, the way each being is uniquely wired. All has to do with how this information is received and flowed through the body.
I would like to know if these energies will make it easier or more difficult for dissolving old relationships or forming new ones. Or does it bring up shadows that become a challenge for us to repress?
Your question truly speaks to any topic. Will something become easier or more challenging? It depends upon how you use the energies, dear ones. For if you are willing to work with the light, if you are willing to see your shadow, if you are willing to do the inner work, these energies are vastly supportive of you doing your inner work. And so, indeed, they can make it easier in some ways. If your intentions are to release what no longer serves, these energies greatly support that journey, that process. If you are holding on, if you are attempting to control, if you are not willing to look at your shadow, these energies will feel very challenging, very difficult for you. Again, the physicality of what these energies will do in the body, if you are not willing to flow with them, if you are not willing to integrate with them. This can feel quite challenging, quite difficult indeed. There was a question about the upcoming full moon at the end of your month of March. This alignment brings forth a very clear energy. It is an energy that to some degree will make the shadow more obvious and the light more obvious. A separation of sorts in terms of what is of the light and what is of the shadow. And so it will bring forth a clarity in this way. Being careful to understand that when I use the word separation, I am not speaking of division. I am not speaking of 5D versus 3D, new earth versus old earth, or a separation of any of these. I'm speaking of the clarity of what is functioning within the shadow, what is coming from shadow, and what is functioning within the light and what is coming from the light. And so, for example, if you have a question about, is this person working for the light or for the shadow? The energies of the end of your month will bring more clarity to these types of situations. I wish, dear ones, to extend my gratitude to you for your commitment, for your disciplines with your spiritual practices, using your tools to help you move forward, doing your inner work to help you move forward. Yes, while it is your presence that matters the most, your intentions carry much energy. There is something to be said for the actions that you take that reflect your intentions, where your actions put into motion your creations. Your actions to clear yourself, to release what no longer serves, to do your inner work. Allow more of your presence to shine through. And so I extend my gratitude for who you are, for who you be, for your intentions to move forward and create better lives for yourself and for those around you. I thank you and I ask you if you will continue to stay on this journey with commitment, to stay on your path with commitment. For as you move forward, the energies that you emanate, the energies of rebirthing yourselves, the energies of integrating more light, as you move forward, these energies emanate from you and assist those around you. You are constantly creating templates in energetic form to assist others on their path. Each time you rebirth yourself, each time you take a quantum leap, each time you move to another timeline that supports your creations of light, these templates are being created, emanated from you, and shared with those around you. Even if they are across the globe, these templates are then accessible for others. And so the work that you are doing on yourselves is very important. This is the point I wish to share with you, dear ones. I thank you. Thank you, Prime Creator. Sometimes nice to be acknowledged for all the work that we do behind the scenes.